Welcome back to Comics with Drew. I'm Drew, and today is the return of Tankōbon Tuesday on a Wednesday. This is a review of Cells at Work, and this is the Volume 1 edition of Cells at Work by Akane Shimizu, I believe. So again, I apologize if I'm messing that up. But let me tell you what, I read Cells at Work, and now I'm a doctor. No, not really. You get a lot of information though, that's for sure. You got to do some residency, and then you can be a doctor. It's like four years, maybe it's 8 years of residency. I don't know. I'm not a doctor really, but Cells at Work though will help you learn things about the way the body works that you might not otherwise know, and you would get a very fun presentation with anthropomorphized cells. So, like for example, a red blood cell or a white blood cell, and what those types of cells do and how they interact with each other. So I have never seen a book like this. I've never seen a comic book or a manga like this, and because manga is just so weird in general, this is the perfect example or perfect application or marriage of concepts. So my wife, who is a science teacher, and I were at a bookstore, and we were looking for something new for me to pick up to review, and considering that she likes science, she says, "Oh, Cells at Work. You should read Cells at Work and review that." And I said, "Well, nobody gets punched in this, right? There's no one punching, and there's no superheroing or anything like that." And I was wrong. There's lots of punching, and there's lots of superheroing, I suppose, because the characters here are different cells, and the cells have different powers. It actually is a very, very engrossing, very educational view and read. So now I want to say educational. I don't want you to go, "Oh my God," run away screaming in terror when I say educational, but it's kind of necessary. So whenever you're reading a comic book or a manga or whatever, a lot of times they'll do like a little title card that introduces this character is Captain Sneeze-a-lots, and this character runs around saving people by sneezing in his tissues or something like that. But in this book, what they do is they say, this is a red blood cell, and this is what a red blood cell does in your body. So if you want to just have a basic understanding of how this stuff works and how the body fights infectious diseases, this is actually a great way of going about learning about it. So especially if you enjoy reading comics. This has 4 chapters, and the first chapter deals with how these cells react to a bacterial infection. And then the second chapter deals with how the body reacts to an allergic reaction. And then the third chapter deals with the flu or pneumonia, which is kind of salient during this day and age with airborne lung diseases and respiratory infections. And then the fourth chapter deals with an actual physical wound or a scrape. So what's really cool is that, there are all these different things that happen, that make people sick or not. And then this tells you how the body keeps people from suffering more, and or how it deals with these things. So this concept is, not necessarily totally new, where they anthropomorphize. Like another example, it would be like the Pixar movie with the emotions, right? So the emotions are anthropomorphized, but I've not seen anything where they've done it with like actual cells. Although there are educational videos that you can see in school that are corny and whatnot, and there's a lot of animation that tells a lot of things in school, like how a bill goes to Congress, etc., and becomes a law. But there's never been a manga like it. So, and this actually is an old book. It's been around for 6 years now. Yeah, 2016. So, and the story actually ended in 2021, and so you can read the entire thing from start to finish right now. You can go out and get it. So, if you like this book, there's more of it, and it'll give you a lot of creative ways of seeing these things. Now, there's also a spin-off called Cells at Work Black, where it's about someone who does not have a healthy lifestyle and how the cells deal with, bad health. So, it's one of these, it's the kind of book that you can give to a kid and they can learn things, and they can learn why they should, exercise and eat healthy. So, this is part of that whole genre where, parents are like, "Oh, this is a safe book." So, and it really is. So I do enjoy the book. It's a quick read, actually. It's got a lot of advertisements at the back of it for additional books that, Kodansha has put out, or Kodansha. and there's not really much else I can say. I enjoy it. Again, as I said in my previous video, I'm not going to get copyright strikes anymore. So I'm not going to go flipping through this page because, oh my God, it might be the end of the world and you might not buy it. But one of the things I did want to say, though, is that, it's a larger format than a typical Tankōbon. And this is actually good because the fact of the matter is that there is a lot of detailed, epic drawing that goes on here. The artwork is incredibly large and expansive. So the fact that the book is a little bit larger than your typical Tankōbon size, then I think that actually really goes towards, delivering the message in a more effective way. And because, really it's all about the art. The story's great and all, but if there's no art that's good for it, then it makes it kind of pointless to read. I did also want to talk about the fact that the character designs are really inventive. So white blood cell, totally white. I love the way he draws his hat. I actually have a character that wears a hat, and I really like the way that they render that hat. I'm gonna have to look into that. Also, the characters don't really have regular names. They'll have numeric designations, like right here. They may refer to each other by those numeric designations, but oftentimes it's, hey, red cell, I saw you back when we did this other thing. Or, hi, white blood cell, I saw you when we did this other thing. It's really cool. It's a fantastic book, and it's really well thought out, and it's very intelligent. And that's not something that you can say about a lot of comics in general. So, but like I said, it sells at work. It's volume 1. It's in stores now or on Amazon, and I highly recommend that you pick it up, especially if you want to learn anything about education. I mean, you'll have a good story and a great manga, and you'll learn things. So, I mean, you'll get entertained and educated at the same time. I mean, what can I say? I mean, it's got everything, right? It's the whole package. Anyway, Cells at Work, Volume 1 by Akane Shimizu. And thanks again for watching Comics with Drew. I'm Drew, and I'll see you next time.